Peace, love, and light, family. It is your girl, Dana, the Holistic Goddess, and I am back here with another video. I just recorded a whole 17-minute video, y'all. Let me tell y'all. And my daughter came in here and, like, threw me all the way off, like, sidetracked me in my thoughts. And, like, because I'm not editing this video, like, it just frustrated me. So I just ended the video, and now I'm re-recording it. But I shouldn't start off this video with a irritated like type energy. So excuse me, I'm not trying to bring out energy to y'all. I am here to talk to you all about this journey that I am embarking on, and I was actually debating if I was going to make this a public thing or if I was going to keep this like very private. And I'll explain why I was contemplating on the idea, but you know, as you can see, I'm publicly, you know, expressing or, you know, transparently expressing. So obviously I've gone the route of, you know, being public about it. So as you can tell from the title, I am embarking on a 100-day sacred juice fast. I know people may be like, okay, 100 days, that's a bit extreme. You know, why not 3? Why not 7? Why not 5? Well, you know, I have a bit of an extreme personality. And there's this app called The Pattern. And it mentions something about whether I was like reckless or spontaneous, but it was mentioning along the lines that like my personality is very like can be very extreme. But you know, in my case, because I'm able to like balance things out, my extremes don't tend to be from a negative side of things. It can be, but you know, in this case it's not. I just want to do 100 days. Like I need this cleanse. You know, 30. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't have an answer for you. I think I'm trying to find one, but I don't have an answer for you. Anyways, okay. So I have my points here that I want to make written down to keep me on track, because y'all know I be, you know, not focused and stuff sometimes. But anyways, so I got inspired to do a 100-day juice fast from a brother of mine who did a 100-day juice fast, and he's gonna do another one. And also from these two ladies on here on YouTube named Rashadat and Tammy. I will link their channels below. These videos that they have up from the juice fast are, I'm not really sure, like, you know, the time frame, but I ran across them, and everything from that first initial you know, intent of why they were juice fasting really stuck out to me, just because they were fasting during the winter solstice, and they were wanting to heal themselves on so many different levels. Like, they have their own personal reasons for fasting, and I don't want to make this video all about, you know, what they were going through. I want to really touch on why I'm choosing to do this 100-day sacred juice fast. But I just wanted to touch on that I'm feeding off of the name sacred juice fast, you know, because it was inspired by those two ladies. So a little bit reasons why. Okay, so about my juice fast, I'm deciding to juice fast from November 13th to February 21st of 2020. And so November 13th is tomorrow. I had decided to start my juice fast on the 10th, but, well, actually no, the original start date was the 13th. No, actually it wasn't. Okay, so what I had intended to do was on the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I had planned to do a 3-day water fast, which in turn were going to be a part of my juice fast. It was just going to be like day 4 was going to be like the first day I had a juice, but technically like those 3 water fasted days were going to be a part of like the 100-day you know, fast. But it didn't happen like that, because at 32 hours I looked up under the cabinet and I was like, dang, I forgot I had those seaweed up under there. And then I remember I had veganese, which is vegan mayonnaise, in the refrigerator, which vegan mayonnaise, like, I mean, mayonnaise in general is just like my favorite condiment besides ketchup. So, and then I saw hot sauce. And so I know it's like a weird combo, but yeah, I went there and I broke my fast just just like that, lost sight focus of everything. The intent was still on my heart, but in my mind, it was like for a minute there, it got blocked out by like comfort. And, I went to what I knew. So that is, I think, did I make mention already while I was debating about going public or private with this? Well, if I did, then that is one of the reasons why I was debating about, going public with it, because I'm just like, I have this, like, I've done it in the past before where I've spoken on things that I had planned on doing, and I didn't stay fully committed the way that I had intended. And so I don't want to be that person. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, this, that, and the third. But to prove to myself that I can really stay committed and do what I say I'm going to do and fight temptations, that I need to, I really want to see this through. So me publicly sharing and being transparent with my journey on this 100-day fast is solely for me, but at the same time, to see my growth and to document, my journey, and to also hold me accountable. But at the same time, it's not just all about me, just because my purpose and my intent for this channel is to inspire others, to be a light to those who are dim or have, their light has been blown out completely. And so that is why, I was going back and forth with, whether or not I wanted to, share publicly, or whether I wanted to keep, this process private until I had got far enough to where I knew I wasn't going to be tempted or let anything deter me from the commitment in which I made. So that knocks off a check. And I already mentioned why, me being extreme. Okay, so my reasons for fasting. So I have written down in here, and prior to, I also wrote down my body patterns, because as y'all know, I went back to cook food. I have another video, and excuse that video, because I definitely have had, like, from me having chapstick on and, there being too much like moisture, it was like this thing on my lip. If you watch the video, you'll see, but it was annoying. So, excuse that. I'm trying not to, have that be the theme in videos. But, yeah, I wrote down, cause like I said, as y'all know, I went back to cook food, and, it just unleashed a whole bunch of problems that, always come back when I indulge in cook food. So I wrote down about my body patterns in reference to when I'm eating cooked foods, and I wrote down the way my body changes when I eat cleaner, so that I can kind of have a visual of all the things good and all the things bad, and basically like the pros and the cons, if that makes sense. And so here I have written down my rational intent. And I was reading Comedic Diet, and Muada Ashby was speaking on the fact that, when you're going into something, you want to make sure your intentions are clear, and you want to make sure that they're rational intentions, because you don't want to be at an imbalance and, making decisions, in a place where you're not clear. So I really want to sit down, and I really wanted to write out why it is that I want to fast. Like, why truly is it that I want to commit to this fast? What do I want to see? What benefits do I want to gain from it? Like, why? And so I wrote down, what am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And how is it supposed to help me? And those are the three questions that I have, but it kind of, the answer that I have here ties into my leg going numb, y'all. My leg going numb. It kind of ties all these three questions into one. So I have written down freeing myself of addiction, of stress, of doubt, of fear, of obesity, disease, laziness. I don't have disease here, but obesity is a disease, so that's why I put that, or that's why I just said that. So what am I doing? I'm abstaining from gluttony in order to control myself involving food. I'm bettering myself in my relationship with food, and I'm just bettering myself in my relationship with myself. I don't have that written down, but I'm just throwing in things as I go. To gain mental clarity. I'm doing what I'm doing to gain mental clarity, because like I said, if you look at how it's written, it's not like I didn't go through and write down what am I doing and then wrote down everything of what I'm doing and then answered, why am I doing what I'm doing. Like, I just kind of was writing, and it just ran into together with one another. So if I'm reading it all confused, that's why. To gain mental clarity and to stop binge eating. To have control of my mind so that my body and my soul can be healed. And I'm detoxifying my essence, removing subconscious blocks, and aligning in my purpose. So those are just a few things I have written down of what am I doing, why am I doing what I'm doing, and how is it supposed to help me. And I also have a chart that I created. I'm not sure if it'll show up the way that it's supposed to. Like, it's showing up backwards here, but hopefully it shows up right when I upload this video. But I just have my 100-day sacred juice fast written at the top. I have the dates from which I will start and end the fast, and then I have it listed off by week. So 100 days is 14 weeks, and since I'm starting on the 13th, that is why I have a 13 there, and it'll be on a Wednesday. So from Wednesday to Wednesday, next Wednesday will be the 20th. So I just have basically the date of the new week starting all the way down. And then, yeah, I made it. And so each day what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check off the box. And this is just a way to have me be accountable so that I can have a visual to see like how far I am and how far I have to go and things like that, to kind of keep me accountable, a way of kind of keeping me like inspired and empowered. So yeah, that is what I have so far. So let me go back to what I'm supposed to be talking about, so that I don't lose track, y'all. But y'all keep me in y'all prayers, in y'all mind. Send me some encouragement throughout the day. If y'all thinking about me, or y'all think about anything that I said, just come on this video or any of my videos, or if you follow me on social media, any of my other platforms, just send me a message or a comment or something, feeding me with some uplifting, encouraging words, because I know I'm going to have some trying times during this fast, but I'm going to need that, because I really do like hearing from you guys. I love interacting with you guys. I love, getting feedback, comments, whatever the case may be. I really, 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 really appreciate you all's support. And it really does mean a lot to me, even if I may not say it as much as I should. I really do appreciate it. So definitely keep your girl in mind, because it's real out here, okay? So my plan on moving into the juice fast. So what I did was I purchased this book right here. I actually had the Joe Cross juicing recipes book, but y'all, I don't lose books. So I'm trying to figure out where that book is, or who I let borrow that book, because I don't let people borrow my books no more either. So like, I was just really, really, really like confused as to where my book went. But I had to buy another juicing book, and this is the book that I went with. It is called the Juicing Recipe Book. I got it off of Amazon. It is by the Mendocino Press. That's the author. I looked, to find the author or whatever, and that they're the author. I like the way the book is broken down. It's broken down by Know Your Juicer, juicing recipes, has breakfast juices, brain nourishing juices, alkalizing juices, anti-aging juices, protein juices, weight loss juices, green juices, kid-friendly juices. It has a little bit of everything in here. And I also love the fact that the juices are not that, the ingredients list is not that complicated. It doesn't have, these juices where it's got like, 7 and 8, things that you need in it. And I do like the fact that it gives you like brief information about the benefits that the ingredients that you're putting into the whatever particular juice you're deciding to go for. It gives you information on the benefits from the produce that's going to be in your juices. I really got sidetracked just now. The only thing I didn't really care that I didn't, the only thing that I wish it would have had is the, like, maybe the ounces or whatever that it would make for this juice. But I guess they didn't put that because it has juicer type. Sorry for the thing. It has the juicer type. So you have like centrifugal masticating juicers and the other one. So their juice yields might vary depending on what juicer you're using. So that may be one of the reasons why they didn't put the amount that you would get you know, from it. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, this is the juice book I decided to look in, and I went through these recipes because I don't want to make this really complicated, and so I went through this book and I went through and found recipes that would work for what I'm doing. My budget is going to be $40 a week for right now, because this is going to be me juicing on a budget, because juicing can be expensive. But like, I mean, it may sound cliche, but doctor bills, prescriptions, hospital bills, medication, all that type of stuff, prescription medication, same thing. All of those things are a lot more expensive than you spending a little bit more upfront for more nutrient dense foods, more higher quality foods. You know, those things are a lot cheaper when you look at it compared to the things that come along with sickness, illness, and disease. So like I said, I went through there and I wrote down the different recipes that I'm going to start out with so far. And I wrote the page number and I wrote down what it includes. And a couple of the recipes mentioned, for instance, they had one on page 199 that is a sweet potato and spice. And it's just 2 large sweet potatoes, 4 carrots, half an inch of ginger, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And it noted in the top where it describes the benefits of the different ingredients that go in this or whatever particular juice. It mentioned that it satisfies cravings for rich dessert. And because I know I have a sweet tooth, I wrote down the recipes that geared towards things like satisfies cravings for rich desserts, reduces cravings for fatty foods, satisfies any cravings for rich foods, because those are things I know I'm going to have struggle for, because I know I love starch. I love foods that are very savory and rich. And, you know, when you don't have those things, you need something that kind of helps combat those things. And I know some people may be like, okay, well, you know, drinking a broccoli juice is not really going to curb your appetite or, you know, curb those cravings. But you'd be surprised what, you know, the foods from nature can do for you when you start to implement them in the correct way. So, yeah, I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow. I will, I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow. I will put up a haul. Or not put up a haul, but like once I come back from the grocery store and I have everything that I'm going to kind of use to juice for the first couple of days, I will come back and make a video, because during this process I'm going to be documenting not every day, bless you, not every day, but every other day, maybe. Like I may document or, you know, come to you on like day 1, 2, and 3. Might not come to you until like day 7. You know, I'll spread it out, but I'm gonna come to you and update you throughout this journey. I already mentioned my budget. I already mentioned that I don't want to overcomplicate things. And another thing, I went on to Pinterest. I went on to the internet and I searched up juicing on a budget. And the advice that people were giving, 2 things that really stuck out to me, because this isn't my first time juicing. I've juiced before, not like I didn't do a juice fast, but I had attempted to try to do a juice fast, but it didn't succeed. So I just kind of ended up playing around with juicing. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this video or the other video that I deleted. You're striving efforts don't go unwasted. Even if they feel like failures, they're not failures. They're just practice, it's just practice. You get better and better each time you try or you strive at it. I played around with juicing before, and a really good tips that stuck out to me, which I'm going to implement this time around too, because like I said, I searched up juicing on a budget. People were saying that purchase high water content fruits and veg, and they were also saying to purchase more veg than fruit, just because fruit can be a little bit more expensive when it comes to juicing, but you can use things like the high water content fruits to pair with the high water content vegetables to kind of still give your juices that added sweetness to it. So I'm going to take into account and implement those two suggestions as I am going to be juice fasting, because your girl is on a budget. Also, I mentioned I plan to meditate when my mind convinces me to give in to my vices, because this is gonna be really all mental. I'm gonna have times where my mind convinces me to go against things that I've intended for myself, and I've seen it happen because, like I mentioned, earlier this week, or was that yesterday? Yeah, I think that was yesterday, where I saw the seaweed and stuff up under the cabinet, and I was just like, yeah, let me have that. Yeah. And this lady that I just saw on Instagram, me and her were having a conversation, and she was saying, like, your mind is going to convince you that you want a burger, or your body's going to convince you that you want a burger, and she was like, you just have to remind yourself of your intent, your purpose for even doing what you're doing. So the fact that I kind of already had those things set up, it was just kind of like confirmation for me. Yeah. So those were all the bullet points that I pretty much have written down, as far as like what my 100-day juice fast is going to consist of. I need to juice fast because, and long-term juice fast, honestly, because when I do eat, I snack. Even if it's raw, even if I have made up my mind to just be like, I'm just gonna go raw cold turkey, I will eat things such as like sun-dried tomatoes, maybe, because I love those, or like seaweed, or I might eat things like, trail mix. And it's not really like, it's just snacks, but it's just something to satisfy me, just to say I ate something. But I can't say like all the way that it's very fulfilling to me. So a lot of times, like, I eat and I'm not satisfied the way that you could say I would be if I had like a hamburger or a hot dog. Like, you know what I mean? And me aligning it in my purpose as a benefit of mine means that I'm striving to be a raw food chef. Cooking has always been my passion. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before on like some of my previous videos, but cooking is really one of my passions. And so it makes sense as to why my dream of being a chef didn't happen like right after high school. Because my path, the path that I was striving to take was not the path that I was supposed to take. So it just makes sense now, that all my life I've been attracted to raw, live, natural foods, ever since I can remember. And so it just makes sense, that I'm striving to be a raw food chef. You know what I mean? And so, like, within the raw food world, I don't want to just create raw food and just have, just salad on a plate with no dressing. And, I don't want bland food. I want very, 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 very flavorful raw food. I want to be able to pair the things that the divine creator brung gave us to be able to heal thyself. I want to be able to create the most magnificent things with just using the things that are natural to us. I want to be able to create exquisite meals for even those who, you know, are not fond of vegetables. So that, me fasting for a long term, you know, a long period of time, cleansing my palate so that I can be able to work my magic, y'all. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm saying a whole bunch of words in place of the point I'm trying to make, but there's just a lot of things, that a lot of distractions that I have to cancel out in order to truly be in my full, you know, reach my full potential and be in full alignment, you know, with myself. And so, like, this juice fast, the name is profound. Thank you, Miss Tammy and Miss Rashadat, because, oh yeah, and Kunga as well too. Thank you all so much for the inspiration and for the transparency, and I was about to say something else. I lost my train of thought. But thank you so much for your transparency and striving efforts, because it has ignited a fire in me, and the work that you all have done is really going to help me during, you know, my own personal journey. You know, so I don't want to continue to talk much longer because this video is like 30 minutes long. But this is just my pre-video on my steps in the direction of 100-day sacred juice fast. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all tomorrow because I'm going to the grocery store. I'm not sure that I will take, you know, my phone, you know, in the store with me or whatever. But like I said, when I get home and I have everything that I'm going to be juicing for the first couple of days, I will show you all what I have, and we'll go from there. So yes, peace, love, and light, family, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm really excited, but I'm nervous at the same time. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So peace, love, and light, family. Peace. I didn't end that right because I was about to say I'll see y'all in another video, but I just said that. But anyways, peace.